5 seconds to go. Start. Legal principles and their application often stand at opposite banks of the river. The distance between them is manifest before us. The appellant has undergone a crash course in navigating the Indian legal system from statutory prescriptions, regulatory stipulations, High Court adjudication, regulatory and court ordered disability assessments to the race to justice before this court. 4 assessments later, the appellant's fate now hangs in the balance, and this court is asked to interfere to ensure that the balance does not tilt unfavorably and fall into disarray. Vital foundational questions have been thrown open for debate before this court. What is expected of an Indian medical graduate? Can a person with disability aspire to meet these expectations? Or is their only option to resign their fate to a society that places a premium on disabled bodies every step of the way? Academic and practical rigor of the medical profession notwithstanding, should the journey of an Indian to navigate their way into the medical profession be this arduous? Is our collective obsession with disability too strong to focus on a person's ability? Is our nation ready to benefit from the talent and experiences of persons with disabilities? Or should we continue to sacrifice them at the altar of technicalities? We answer these questions by rooting them in the web of constitutional law, principles, statute, regulatory framework, and guidelines which are germane for this case. The bone of contention before us turns on the manner in which the disability assessment boards must function while certifying the eligibility of a candidate for the MBBS course. The appellant has lower limb myopathy, a locomotor disability. The appellant has been an academic success. He secured an A1 grade in his matriculate class 10th and intermediary class 12th examination held by the Central Board of Secondary Education. He aspires now to enter the medical profession. With this resolve, the appellant appeared for the NEET UG examination 2024 on 5th May 2024 under the unreserved EWS PWT category and secured 601 marks out of a total marks of 720. This placed the appellant at an All India PWD rank of 84 and a state PWD rank of 4. Despite having a disability certificate dated 24th January 2021, which was to be valid until 2025, the appellant submitted himself to the mandatory assessment to get his eligibility certified by a designated medical board at AIIMS Nagpur. Appendix H1 of the guidelines regarding admission of students with specified disabilities under the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016 with respect to admission in MBBS course prescribes that persons having over 80% disability may be admitted to a medical course on a case by case basis after assessing their functional competence to navigate academic and practical requirements. The medical board at AIIMS Nagpur comprised of an associate professor in physical medicine and rehabilitation, an assistant professor of orthopedics, and a professor who was the chairman of the disability board at AIIMS Nagpur. The board, by a NEET disability certificate dated 13th August 2024, opined that the appellant is 88% disabled and is therefore ineligible to pursue an MBBS dental course. Aggrieved by this, the appellant filed a writ petition under Article 226 of the Constitution before the Nagpur bench of the High Court of Judicature at Bombay, challenging the NEET disability certificate issued by AIIMS Nagpur. The High Court, by the impugned judgment dated 3rd September 2024, dismissed the writ petition and held that the certification of the degree of disability was in accordance with prescribed procedures. The appellant challenged the impugned judgment by a petition for special leave before this court under Article 136 of the Constitution. On 3rd October 2024, this court directed the appellant to appear before a medical board at AIIMS, Delhi to reassess him, keeping in mind the circular issued by the first respondent on 24th March 2022. The circular inter alia made mandatory directions to include a doctor or health professional with disability in every disability assessment board. The appellant accordingly reported to AIIMS, Delhi at 11 am on 5th October 2024. The five-member board submitted its report dated 9th October 2024, inter alia finding that there were no changes in most disability components despite assistive devices. The report also stated that there are no clear guidelines available to assess the disability with assistive devices. The report states as follows. The candidate was reassessed with the assistive device, single hand crutch and motorized scooty. There was minimal to no change in most of the components for disability evaluation as per the GOI Gazette March 2024 with these assistive devices. The possibility of wheelchair usage was also explored, which might be required for better efficiency in ambulation component in near future. However, there are no clear guidelines available to assess the disability with assistive devices as per the Government of India Gadget Guideline. Further, it is to be noted that safety, efficiency and agility of movements are needed to independently use the devices, and many times some manual support is also required, which may not be available to the candidate at all times and may affect the safety of the candidate and the patients during the skills based training provided in the various setups in the labs and hospitals during the MBBS course training. The board, after careful evaluations of all possibilities, concurs with the opinion of the previous medical board held at AIIMS Nagpur dated 13th August 2024 that the disability is above 80% even with consideration of assistive devices, and also both upper limbs have significant involvement and hence the candidate is ineligible to pursue MBBS course. The appellant in his affidavit countering the AIIMS Delhi report has elucidated his experience. He submits that he was made to wait for long hours on each date when he was asked to appear. He was not given clear directions or information about the steps to follow in his assessment. The first stage of the examination was conducted by an able-bodied doctor from the PMR department who was unduly focused on the medical condition of the appellant. He underwent a large number of tests, including climbing stairs and power assessment. When the appellant informed the board that he used a wheelchair, crutches, and an electric scooter for mobility, he was asked why he did not bring his wheelchair. To this, the appellant stated that bringing a wheelchair was not logistically possible given that he had travelled from his place of residence at Wasim in Maharashtra to Delhi by air on short notice. The board did not ask him any questions which would allow the appellant to counter the basis for the board's findings. He was only asked if he would be able to undertake his professional duties and if he could conduct his daily activities. He responded positively to both and stated that he had already completed his secondary education with the same disability and had managed to navigate adequately thus far. Stop.